So today I want to look at three Buddha heads of three different periods, all within the 6th to the 8th century AD, and discuss how I date them. The first is this limestone head, which is quite weathered, and it's Wei dynasty. So the Wei dynasty goes from 386 to 550 AD, and most of the sculpture that survives is from the latter part of that, so let's say 460 to 550 AD. And then this head is Northern Qi dynasty, which is very short but very significant artistically, and dates from 550 to 577 AD. And this is a Tang dynasty marble head, and that is, the Tang dynasty goes from 618 to about 900 AD. And you could ask, well, they all are Buddha heads, they all look sort of similar, but there are actually differences, and there are ways for us to date them, and I'll discuss it. The first being the earliest, you'll notice that it has a sort of archaic expression. If you remember, archaic Greek art is known for this smile, this sort of naive smile. So there's an upturn in the corner of the mouth, and the eyes slant. And it's a very distinctive, the cheekbones are quite high, everything sort of is V'd. And that's something you'll find both in archaic Greek and in Wei dynasty. They're miles apart, of course, in time and geography, but it's sort of a more archaic thing. And then the other dating criterion is this, which is the Ushnisha, which is a mark of the enlightenment of the Buddha. It's a cranial lump, and so it could be understood as an extension of his brain, or the spiritual seat of his consciousness. And that's quite distinct in the Wei dynasty, very, very cylindrical in this case. By the Northern Qi, and this is also a limestone head, but it is sort of a white surface on it, you see the Ushnisha is almost indistinct. It becomes more like a cone head, particularly from the profile. And the features are not smiling in the same way. It's a sort of a more serious and very serene expression, and very curvy eyes, and sort of Cupid's bow mouth, and the arched brows, which they all have, but this is sort of particularly distinct. But the most significant dating criterion is the treatment of this cranial lump. And by the Tang dynasty, the faces become plumper, and the Ushnisha becomes once again distinct. So but less emphatic than in the Wei dynasty. But while it has these sort of curvy lines for its eyes and its mouth, the cheeks are plumper, there are these rolls of fat visible in the neck, and it has a slightly different feeling to it. And this is, the Tang dynasty can be considered sort of the height of early Chinese art, in that China became the China that we know today in terms of the art, the way it looks, the sort of style, and it's continued throughout the centuries since. So this looks more Chinese, whereas these look less identifiably Chinese, particularly this, which looks more Indian. So those are sort of three distinct heads and how I can date them.